Guys, so I saw this comment. I was just scrolling through Instagram and I saw this comment um on AY's wife post or ex-wife. I don't know. I don't want to get into their story. But the story is that they have been married for 20 years and they are going through a rough phase, maybe getting a divorce. I'm not sure. Based on AY's post that he made on his Instagram page, and in his post there's a lot that he said there, but I respect his maturity as well, for not really sharing some of the details that bloggers really want to take and blow it out of proportion without thinking about the consequences on his children and stuff, even though they didn't think about that. But that's not it. So AY, they've been married for 20 years and their marriage is almost crumbling. Okay, so the wife made a post and I saw this comment right here. And I want to assume this is a man because he's speaking from a male perspective. And when you clicked on the profile, you see that it's a man that has the profile. And he says to AY's wife that let her no go and fix her marriage, blah blah blah. She wants to leave her marriage because of cheating. Anyone who leave their marriage because of cheating is also a cheat because they want to be free. That their parents went through a lot of cheating and they stayed together and built a family, but today they don't want to stay together after 20, blah 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 blah. I have just one thing to say. First of all, this is that male hypocritical side of the African family. First of all, your parents are not your role model, especially if your parents didn't have a good marriage. All right, your parents are not necessarily your role model when you get married. I, for one, my dad was never a role model, will never be a role model of a husband that I want to marry. Do you know why? Because I did not appreciate how he handled his husbandhood the best way he thought he could. All right, I don't tolerate abuse, be it mentally, physically, or whatever. Okay, now I'm not gonna stay in a relationship to tolerate cheating over and 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 over, simply because my mom went through the same thing and she decided to stay there. Okay, my mom is my mom. You guys need to understand, your parents may not or must not be your role model if they failed being marriage. One thing you people forget is a successful marriage is not a marriage that is still tied by a piece of paper. It's not a marriage that is still tied by the title of Mr. and Mrs. It's not a marriage that is still tied because both of you are still living under the same roof. There are a lot of broken marriage that every aspect of that marriage is broken. Every form of intimacy in that marriage is broken. Financially, emotionally, physically, psychologically, that marriage is completely broken. But they are in that marriage. Do you know why? Because they don't want people to say they have failed, or because they don't want people to have this kind of mentality. Now, if you look at the deep effect of this, do you know the people that suffer it? Those same children that are in that house. They are the ones who are growing up to see rubbish in the name of marriage. They are the ones who are learning how to be abusive from their parents. They are the ones who are learning how to be cheats from their parents. So instead of referring people to their families and their parents who failed as husband and wife because they were cheats, right? Instead of referring people to that, why can't these men start seeing the other side of the coin? Like, let's break the circle. Breaking the circle doesn't mean you stay in a marriage because your parents were cheats, and so you too, it's okay for you to tolerate cheats. Breaking the circle is for you to say, you know what? I'm not my dad. I'm not my mom. I can't take this. I've had it up to here. I'm not happy. I'm sad. I'm depressed. I've been abused. I want to be a better person so I can raise my children better. So I can break this cycle. Let it not continue with my children. Okay? I want to teach my children better. Now, what is interesting is that this guy was asked one question under the comment thread. Yeah, he was asked, if your wife cheats, will you forgive and try to keep your marriage? He didn't answer. He was turning around, turning around, turning around, turning around, turning around. And this is a case of most African men. They always like to look for excuses. They feel like they have the monopoly of cheating. They will cheat in every form, shape, and size with anything cheatable with. But if they come before a woman that decides to cheat one time, they will not forgive. 90% of them will not forgive, even though they had cheated 25 times. 90% of them, they will not forgive. So why do you people always shift this burden to women? Why? A marriage is not built by a woman alone. A marriage is built by two people. Any marriage that is hanging solely, the success of it or the thriving of it till 6 feet under is hanging solely on one person, you cannot call that marriage. You cannot, because you can't be that selfish at a point where you think it's okay for you to live your life the way you want, regardless of your family, and you shift the burden of tolerating that nonsense on the other party. In this case, the woman. The woman should be the one to tolerate you. The woman should be the one to welcome you, cook for you, clean for you, wash for you. Do whatever she has to do for you because she needs to keep her home. Where is your own quota in building a home? Where is your own quota in building a beautiful family? Where is it? The earlier we rise up, the earlier we begin to understand that we need to fix our African family mentality or our homes. And that is a party thing. It's a two people something. Two people came together. Two. And the one who is supposed to be the leader is the one who is going astray and is expecting the woman to be pulling him back. It gets to a point where that woman gets weak. It gets to a point where that woman is shattered. She's broken. She becomes a shadow of herself. At that point, there's so many things going through a woman's head. She cannot even be a good mother to her children. Some of them will die out of depression. Some of them will die out of real physical abuse. Some of them will die of psychological abuse. Some of them will get into a trauma point. They'll go and carry acid and throw on your body because you don't know how to manage their issues. Do you understand? We are seeing series of divorce now. A lot. Because, just like this comment is saying, people don't want to be their parents anymore. If you're not happy in your marriage, if the intimacy in your marriage has been broken, allow people walk away while they are alive. Yes, I'm a Christian. I would say that I've been there. I was a shadow of myself. Do you know what it means getting into a relationship in your 20s and coming out in your mid-30s? Count how many years of tolerating rubbish. I fought. There are a lot of women that before you see them saying that, what, I've had enough. It means I've had enough. It means I've tried. And they have gotten to a point where they're like, what, if I don't live, I'll die. There are a lot of women like that. And that's maybe the courage that some of our parents did not have. And maybe some of our parents, they could not even do that because they could not fend for themselves. Our mothers could not fend for themselves. Maybe most of them depend on their husband for small 500, 1,000 and this. But when you meet a woman who is intellectually balanced, who is economically balanced, who is a hard worker, who knows what she wants in life, that woman will stay there, tolerate with you because she loves you. She loves you dearly. But don't take it for granted, because that's what most African men, they do. They take women like this for granted. Because you go one time, you come, they forgive you. 2 times you come, they forgive you. 3rd time you come, they forgive. They keep forgiving and forgiving and so you'll be like, she's already used to me like that. You know what? There's nothing she can do. The worst, if the woman starts having kids, you'll be like, she's now having kids. Where will she go to with her children? She cannot leave me now. She already have 1. She already have 2. She already have 3. They now amplify the cheating. They start going out cheating and bringing back baggages back home with it. We still expect the African woman to stay, and there's a level of respect. People always say that the African man or the man, what the man needs is respect and peace. It's the same thing a woman needs. What a woman also needs is respect and peace. You know, a woman needs a man that will respect her as well, that will protect her as well, that will give her peace as well. How does cheating in this manner, whatever manner even, how does it protect a woman? How does it protect your family, your children? How does it respect a woman? How does it show respect to your wife and your children? How does it show love? How do you give her peace? So why is it that you African men, you always like to glamour, you want peace? If you see a man that is divorced today, if the woman doesn't say her story, the next thing you hear is the woman's fault. The next 2 years, if your husband left you, it's because you did not give him respect and peace. Sometimes when I see those comments, I just laugh. I really laugh at it, because you know what? It's also another woman that is a party to that man leaving. Because not every woman has value and standard. Not every woman is built to say, no, I'm not going to date a married man. Knowingly. None. There are a lot of women out there that are responsible also for the number of divorces we have today, because they were partaker in it. Now, all of people, most people are, blame your husband, blame your husband. The law is not stupid. The law is not stupid when it says that if you file for divorce under adultery, the party must be brought in. Because the law considered that party also was responsible for the destruction of that home. Yes, your husband owes you the responsibility to, but you as a lady growing up, you also have that moral obligation. If not, let me tell you today, legal obligation as well, to stay away from a married man. Because people are applauding all this, your side chickism or whatever. People don't know what you're getting yourself into. Many of you get yourself, how do I say it? Many of you get yourself hurt in the process, because you meet a woman that cannot control her emotions, cannot control her anger. Imagine you start with a man from scratch. You build with this man. You spend your entire life loving, sacrificing for this man. And after 10 years, after 15 years, another girl comes in to start reaping from where she has not sown. Most women have that mentality. They become very broken and they start thinking of hurting you. They are traumatized. Under normal circumstances, they might not be able to do that. But at that moment, their emotions, they can't manage it. So you see people go out to buy acid. People go out to hire people to shoot you, to do this. I'm not justifying that, but I'm telling you people that you are responsible for some of these divorces, yeah? That you should understand the risks involved. So when you want to wear that cap of a side chick and you want to wear it proudly, you should also be responsible for the consequences. You should be responsible. People always say, nobody is telling you. The day a woman files for divorce under adultery, you will receive a court summons as well. If she identifies you as that side chick, if she has the proof that you are the side chick, they will bring you in there. And you know what you will do? If they find you guilty, you will pay damages. But the truth is, most women are so kind. Especially the women that have stayed with their husband for so long, they have children, they don't even want to drag, they will just look for another simple reason I give, so that a man can just carry his coconut head and go away. So in conclusion, my dear author of this comment and the men that have the same mentality, our parents must not be our role model if they themselves failed. Okay? Secondly, dear side chicks, because some of you are responsible, most of the divorces today come from emotional abuse, cheating, adultery. I want you to understand something today if you never knew. If you're busy typing on that social media comment section, or bloggers are telling you, hey, go and fight your wife, go and humble. I want you to know today that legally you're obligated to stay away from a married man. Because the day you'll be used as a party that helped to breach the marriage contract, you will pay fine. There's no adultery case without the person that participated in the adultery. And most of you are having children of married men. That's enough proof. That's enough proof. That's a very easy case for any lawyer to take and handle. So know it today, dear side chicks, because they will find you. And when they bring you, you will pay damages. And God help you don't meet that kind of a magistrate that hates cheating or adultery. They will use their power until you go regret. So know this and know peace. Bye.